Hey everybody, welcome in. In this video, I wanted to show you how to go about submitting your flashlight. So I have my completed flashlight. I have all the parts assembled together. So I've shown you how you can render your assembly into a PNG image, but how do you render each part? So I don't want you to have to open each part separately, render it, and then you'll have like 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, however many parts, separate images. I want to show you how we can create like an exploded view, and so you'll have all your parts kind of on that one sheet. So you should have your final rendered image like what I have here, and then you'll have your parts, your exploded view of your parts kind of in a separate image. So I'll show you how to go about doing that. So what I want to do is I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to hit New. So I'm still in my US template, but this time I'm going to go down to where you see the presentation, and you see there's only one presentation, so you can't really mess this up, although probably I would do it sometimes. But anyway, you can only click on standard IPN because that's the only one that's available. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on Create. And then so from here you want to select your assembled flashlight, which is this one. I'm going to click on Open. So you don't want to, I don't think it's going to let you bring in the parts. It'll only show you the assembly. So I'm going to click Open. And then here what I can do is I can go back and I can do my view and kind of set up my visual style like I have on the other one if you want. So you could do shadows, reflections, make it a perspective. I'm not worried about ground plane. For lights, I could change it to photo booth, kind of zoom it out a little bit. So there is our completed, assembled, fancy smancy flashlight. So how do we kind of break this apart? So what I want to do is I'm going to go up to Presentation. I'm going to click on Tweak Components. And so you kind of see you have all these kind of options up here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of my parts, and you can see it brings up these arrows here, axis. So what I'm going to do is I want to pull this thing straight back. And so I'm going to grab this, left click on this arrow here. Even though it's going forward, I'm just going to click it and drag it backwards a little way. So there's one part. And then once I've kind of got it where I want it, just kind of pull it back away from the other parts. I'm going to hit the green check mark. So that's part one. Part two, what I could do is grab this kind of end cap and hit Tweak Components. I'm going to grab this arrow and kind of drag it. I want to drag it straight forward. So now you can kind of see it's kind of pulled itself away from the lens here. So I'm going to click on OK. I can leave the lens where it is. What should I do? What should I do? When I move this back, my little my button is going to move with it. I'm trying to think. I'm going to click on this part here. I'm going to go to, actually, let me click both of these. I'm going to click this one and maybe this one. Well, let me click two. Yeah, I held down the Shift key and selected both of those. I'm going to go to Tweak Components. I want to move both of these back together. Because the reason I did that is because now I'm going to hit the check mark. My button is I'm going to click my button part, hit Tweak Components. This one I'm just going to lift it straight up like so. Hit the green check mark. So now I have all my parts kind of separated from each other, so you can kind of see the parts that I use to create this flashlight. Notice there's no batteries, there's no bulbs, there's none of that stuff. It just, I just want to show the main parts. So we have all that. If you want to, you notice some of these have these kind of lines going. It kind of shows where they go. So under Scene, under Tweaks, you can kind of select all of these, right click. I'm going to click on hide trails, and it kind of gets rid of those. So basically we're just kind of seeing all the parts separated into like an exploded view. So now what you can do is, I'm going to go up to where you see create drawing view. It says you must save this before I can do that. Do you want to? Yes. I'm just going to leave it as flashlight. Click on save. I already have that one already created from earlier when I was practicing. So I'm going to, do I want to replace it? Yes. I'm going to hit OK here. And I'm going to click on standard IDW. That stands for standard Inventor drawing. And I'm going to click on create. Yeah, I'm going to hit yes, OK for this. So what it does is it creates a drawing sheet, and it brings in your exploded view of your flashlight. So what I'm going to do is for here I'm just going to click. I don't think I want to change this to 2 to 1. So for scale, I'm going to make this 2 to 1. I'm going to click OK. Now this drawing sheet is probably bigger than what I need. It's a D size. So I'm going to left click on the edge border here. Do I left click? No, sorry, I'm going to right click. I'm going to right click on the edge border. You're going to go to where you see edit sheet. And I don't want a D size. I'm going to change this down to a C size sheet. And then I'm going to select OK. So now what you can do is you see this little dotted line around your exploded view. Just kind of left click and hold it and drag it into into your title block here. Like so. So that's kind of how you can show your flashlight parts and kind of exploded, so they can somebody can kind of see the parts that are used to create this. Or if you're trying to make an assembly drawing, so giving someone instructions how they can assemble your flashlight together, you can do it that way too. But just there's other things that you can do with this, but just for now, this is good enough. Okay, so now once you have this, you have your drawing sheet, you have your exploded view of your flashlight inside your title block. So what we can do here is we can go to File and go to Export. You're going to click on Image. Change this to it's probably going to come as a bitmap, a BMP file, but you want to change this to PNG. Or I want you to change this to PNG. Let's put it that way. For options, it doesn't have us do anything here. So then just hit save. Just know where it's saving it to. So it's going to save it to hopefully your project file folder, and then hit on save. And now I already have one. Do I want to replace it? I'm going to say sure, why not? And so that'll create an image of your drawing sheet with showing all your parts. Yeah, so make sure you turn that in. Turn in your image of your flashlight where it's all assembled together. Right? I don't need your assembly drawing. I don't need your parts drawing. I don't need any of that, because that would take up a lot of time, and we don't need that, right? So okay. Hope that helps. Peace out.